Hello. Presenting tonight's story time show. And if you haven't listened in before, I am a cancer survivor and a mother of two young children. And I wanted to bring to the table something that we can all work effectively with, and that is communication. So going through my treatments and stuff, I wanted to help my kids. I wanted to bring a tool to the table that for parents as well, to give these children the support, because, you know, they're going through the emotions too. And I just wanted to adapt and give them a positive mindset, because, you know, kids are winners. We need to keep them strong. And you know what? When I had the question, if I could wish anything in the world, what would it be after my next project? And I wanted to get a book out there from a child's point of view, so we could really understand what goes through a little child's mind going through something like cancer. Obviously, cancer from a child and an adult's perspective is different, because a child is very innocent and they're unaware of, you know, the deaths and things like an adult in an adult's life. So, you know, there's different perspectives. So I really wanted to bring to the table views of a child as well. My little daughters, I obviously read the story to them. My eldest daughter, Aaliyah, now she's 6. So with tonight's show, Story Time, I'm actually reading my book, The Monster in Mummy. And I've actually got my daughter here today, my guest, who's 6 years old, who will be reading 1 or 2 pages. So she's here with me today, and I just wanted to show you that actually we can communicate on all levels. My youngest daughter just looks at the pictures because she can't read. My 6-year-old has just started reading, but we can bring to the table so they can be involved. So, The Monster in Mummy. I hope you're ready and sitting down. And here is our guest, Aaliyah, and she's going to be reading the first 2 pages of The Monster in Mummy.
Aaliyah lived in England with her mummy, daddy, and her baby sister Jana. They were a very happy family. But one day something bad happened. Mummy didn't feel well and she had to go to the hospital. The doctor soon found out what the problems was. She had cancer. Mummy felt like the cancer was a monster living inside her, and she cried. The doctor said it was okay to cry and they could do everything what can to get her back to good health. The doctor told Mummy the best way to find cancer was to have chemo, surgery, and radiotherapy. It is like an army of tiny chemicals soldiers who go into the body and fight against the monster. During surgery, the doctor would remove the monster from Mummy's body. Radiotherapy is a special kind of X-ray that kills any tiny bits of the bad lump that might be missed. It doesn't hurt. It goes parts. It doesn't hurt the good parts.
Right, I'm going to take over from her now because she's read a few pages, but just wanted her, you know, and other children, that they can be involved and in engaging in the books with us. So it's a parent and a child tool. So obviously I'll continue with the story. Mum, that it wasn't anyone's fault that she had cancer. It was also wasn't something she could catch like a cough or a cold. So it's still be okay to hug and cuddle with each other. She also told them that the doctors had very strong medicine to defeat the monster, but it could make Mummy feel sick and tired. When Mummy started the chemotherapy, she went through a lot of changes, weighed and didn't look very healthy. The doctor said it was very likely the strong medicine would make her hair fall out, so instead of waiting, Aaliyah and Tiana helped Mummy to shave her head. It was scary for Aaliyah and Tiana to see Mummy so poorly and without hair, but Mummy reassured them that her hair would grow back once the medicine was not needed anymore. The whole family supported Mummy best they could. The grandparents, along with the aunties and uncles, came to visit often too. The kids and Daddy helped with the household, and Daddy got some wigs for Mummy's head to make her happy. Although it was a tough time for the family, they tried to continue having fun activities together. Daddy often did martial art practices with the children, and in moments like this, Mummy still managed to smile. For Aaliyah, it was very difficult to see her mother so poorly, and in school she had loving support from her friends, Mia, Danielle, and Isabella. They were always there for her. A few days later, Mummy came back from the hospital again. The doctor had given her bad news. The chemo wasn't working very well, but they told her that there was still hope to remove the monster by surgery. Continuing their support for Mummy, the family went to Grandma's farm and picked organic fruits and vegetables for her to eat. It was nice to be in nature and to do something together. Mummy worried that soon she may not be alive anymore, and she wanted her daughters to be prepared. In the evening, she sat down with them and asked them to promise her something. Life is precious and a beautiful gift. It can be over any day, so don't ever let fear stop you from following your dreams. The girls promised. The girls were sad about Mummy being so ill, and every night before sleep they prayed for her. With all the love their hearts could offer, they wished her to be healthy again. A few days later, Mummy was back in the hospital for surgery. Everyone was nervous about the operation, but that was a normal feeling. And when Mummy woke up, the doctor told her that the operation had been a success. After the surgery, Mummy had to stay in the hospital bed for a few days. The whole family was there to visit. They were delighted to hear the good news that the cancer had been removed. As soon as Mummy was fit enough, they all went back home. She was still a bit weak and needed rest. Her body went through a lot, and it would take a while to recover. It helped to eat healthy foods, so they kept picking fruits and vegetables on Grandma's farm. After some time, Mummy got back to strength, and even her hair grew back. She was able to play with Aaliyah and Tiana and felt like finally things were going back to normal. Daddy was happier than ever that Mummy was back in such a good shape. He bought flowers for her and took her out to dinner in a healthy restaurant. Later in the evening, Mummy, Daddy, Aaliyah and Tiana sat together in a bed with a story. Everyone was laughing and having a great time together. Love and support from the entire family, with the help of doctors and nurses, Mummy beat the monster and it was chased away. Mummy told then Aaliyah and Tiana that to keep the monster from coming back, she would have to eat healthy, keep fit, and exercise, and most importantly, lead a happy life full love and joy. So there's the little story, and obviously, as you heard from my daughter, 6 years old, actually reading the story. So she's involved with it, and yeah, I just feel it's a great platform to give kids. So it's taking the fear away from it so they can understand themselves. You know, one thing what people have questioned or asked me recently, actually, you know, they've said, how do childhood cancers differ from adult cancers? Why are they different? So cancer among adults and children does vary hugely. While age is somewhat relevant to the types of childhood cancers that form, there's only a small part of it. Most childhood cancers are quite different than those that develop in adults. When you consider the cancers most adults get, for example, like breast cancer, lung cancers, etc., these are typically linked to lifestyle or environmental impacts caused by mutations. I am a BRCA2 mutation, so I have got the cancer mutated gene. In contrast, researchers believe that the majority of childhood cancers are biologically different than those of adults and develop in direct relation to the cellular area of where the cancer initially forms. As explained by Catherine Mathey, she's a chief of pediatric oncology division at the University of California in San Francisco. Many childhood cancers form from primitive cells or embryonic cells, and you may find in developing fetuses and often deep in the body. Concluding that genetics or events occurring during the development stages of a fetus cause childhood cancers. Childhood cancers are treated differently than adults because they typically spread faster. Remember, children are still developing and growing. Therefore, the cells in their body are changing extremely rapidly. Since children have not been exposed to as many environmental factors as adults merely due to the age, children do actually have a higher cure rate of cancer than adults. Dr. Mathey states that the epithelial cells, which form the lining of glands, internal organs, and skin, become more resilient in adults because of the environmental influences, resulting in less response to therapies in adults. According to Dr. Mathey, even in acute lymphoblastic leukemia, it's much more curable in children than in adults. Cancer, obviously, as we all know, at any age is devastating. Fortunately, with the advancements of knowledge and multi-modalities of treatment always being discovered, the success rates are more encouraging. The best defense against cancer is knowing what to look for, seeking a second opinion on treatment, and being open-minded to the available treatments. Obviously, any symptom, even if you feel like you're going to be a bit of a hypocrite going to the doctor, please, I do encourage you to go down, because even if it's something completely trivial, it might be something else. For example, this week alone, I felt a lymph node up in my neck. So obviously I panicked naturally, being a cancer survivor and in remission still. And obviously straight away I went to the doctors because I felt I had to go. I needed to get it checked out. And, my result came back today that everything's okay. The bloods were slightly borderline, but the good news is that it was all related to high cholesterol. So that completely threw me, because I thought I ate well, but now I'm going to have to take a really conscious effort at my diet now, because I shouldn't be getting high cholesterol. So that's what I'm saying. As soon as you pick anything or have any kind of concern, do go to the doctors, because they might pick up something else, which they have done in this case, for example, today. So yes, so anything you are slightly concerned of, please do reach out for help. And once again, communicate. Well, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's story, and especially having my little guest, 6-year-old, reading some of the story tonight. I am back on all the social media channels, so please do connect with me via my website, which is www.themonsterinmummy.com. Got lots and lots of exciting opportunities coming up, especially being the month of breast cancer awareness. So please do keep updated via the website. We will let you know exactly what's going on, where and when. Well, thank you very much for listening into the show tonight, and we will be back with more exciting stories next week. Thank you ever so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care. Donia.